We've said number one is define the task, and we'll be having practicals on all these things so that you have listed a few areas where you have leadership responsibilities. So going forward, we will be, so that you are clear, what is the task? Yes, I'm saying I have a leadership responsibility or role in my family, but what exactly is that role? How does it look like? So number one is define the task. Number two is setting objectives, stroke goals, setting objectives. So for every area that you have a leadership role, you will set objectives, at least 3 or a maximum of 5 objectives or goals that you would want to meet. And these must be, you know, smart. You know smart, eh? Yeah, so they must be smart. These are very, very clear, and I'll be sharing something on that. Number 3 is coming up with a strategy. How will you meet those goals? How will you accomplish that task that you have? So you'll have to come up with a leadership strategy of how you are going to do that. And the strategy just involves how you will do. But next, which is related to strategy, is coming up with a plan, a very clear plan, which is time-bound on how you're going to implement your strategy. A clear plan on how you'll implement your strategy. And then number 5, finally, yeah? To number 4. Number 4 is planning. Planning. Number 5 is now implementation. And within implementation, maybe you should add a number 6. So put number 5 as implementation. So we will work together as we implement. If I said I want to lead my family in certain things, and I came up with a strategy and I have a plan, then we come to the actual implementation. You know, it doesn't matter how much you plan, as long as you don't implement, it's not useful. And then finally is monitoring, what sometimes I call evaluating and adjusting. So you're evaluating how you're doing, and you're making adjustments, necessary adjustments, to ensure that you still stay on your plan. So we are talking about defining the task. We are talking about stating clearly what the goals and objectives are, coming up with a clear strategy. You're coming up with a plan. After you come up with a plan, you implement, and as you implement, you'll be monitoring and evaluating and adjusting as necessary. So, and I want to believe as we do this hike, you have done some of those things. Are we clear about the task that is ahead of us?
Yes.
Okay, doesn't look clear. Like now, I was told there are about 7 hills. How many do you want to do? All. So now, the task is scribing, Nikupada. The goals, the objectives is how many hills do you want to hit? Who want to do all? Of course, for me, every time I'll take you to Logonaut one of these days. If I go, I have to finish the task. I've gone to Logonaut twice, and I've gone loud the ring, which most people don't want to do. So it's quite a task. The ring alone is 7.2 kilometers. Na nikupada na kushuka. Maybe we were with you. You never went loud the ring? Oh. But ulipada mpaka hapo. So some of us, we have goals and objectives that take us to just a certain place. Others have more. So how many want to do the 7 hills? A few. How many want to do 6? 5? Okay, that's fine. Then the question is, what is your strategy? What is your strategy? And it's being informed, because if you want to, it's like if you're doing a 100-meter dash, then your strategy is different. Start with the highest speed. If you're doing a 1500-meter marathon, then the strategy is again different. And then have a clear plan on how you will do it. So by ensuring that you have someone who is encouraging you, avoiding some people here, you know, as we cry, there are people you have to keep to avoid. Why do people want to avoid Jackie? You know, this introvert, it seems an energy inaenda, eh? Jackie, uko na shida. So hiyo ni strategy na plan. So, and then as we implement, we'll be evaluating. And as we evaluate, one of the dangerous thing that people do is, as they evaluate, they lower the bar, they reduce the goals. But my desire is that as we evaluate, we can come up with better strategies without moving the goalposts, without moving where we want to go. So think about those 6 things. We'll be moving with them for the next 2 months, and we'll be very serious. We'll have some exercises to do on Google Forms, and it will be very practical, that at the end of those 2 months, I would desire that your life is different and you're doing things in a different way. So can we now start? Yes. Tunajuana, or do we need an introduction?